Right, this one, ladies and gents, is ladies and gents, I sound like Mac Tightwood. This is colt's foot. Apparently you can sort of brown it off or blacken it and add it as a seasoning to foods and stuff like that. But the one thing that I've actually personally used it for, and that was a bit of a pattern forming here, I suppose, because in the last video you'd seen the you'd seen me using the, or you'd seen a couple of photographs of me using the ribwort plantain chewed up and then applied to a saw cut, and this is that I used exactly the same thing. Not far from here I was getting some, I was actually after some, I found a hawthorn bush, and I wanted the blank that was off it, and it was a quick sort of, I'd wrecked it before, found it, and then I sort of run over without anything, without no insulating tape or my first aid kit or anything, which is obviously a big no-no. Anyway, I got here, started cutting up the hawthorn, and the last couple of strokes I went through and it nipped the finger, only a little bit, but I had nothing else on me. So I remember reading somewhere once before, years ago or whatever, that colt's foot leaves work. So I literally gave the leaf a chew, turned it into a mulch, pressed it onto the cut. I then used the second leaf, I wrapped the leaf around the cut, and then literally bound it up with a length of grass, and that works suffice. Okay, so yeah, another little one, you know, for a bit of natural foraging, you know, natural medicines as it were. All right. So yeah, colt's foot, really useful. Often it's a good indication you're near water as well, or that the ground's quite sort of moist as well. Yeah. And also it's supposed to be, you can dry it and use it as a decongestant for your chest if you've got a chesty cough or something. And one thing that I have done with this, I've actually dried it, so I've got about, you know, four or five leaves on their stems, hung them up in my shed, left them for a few days, and then literally just crunched them up into a tin. And then what I did was I just literally smoked it. I wanted to see what it tastes like, just like a natural kind of tobacco, and it wasn't actually that bad, to be quite honest. But apparently, as I say, you can use it if you read up in the books and everything else. It can tell you, it will tell you that you can use it as a decongestant as well. All right. Hello folks, how you doing? There's catties. Yesterday I had a little product delivered from Geek, and it cost me 90 pence for this stainless steel sort of cook stand. Now basically what I did actually get it for was to go on, or to go with my little boot polish tin burner, if you like, that I made, and it fits on there quite sweet actually. I'm going to cook with it in a minute. I won't cook, I'm going to make a brew of it in a minute, and it sits on there quite sweet, you know what I mean, just enough for a brew. I've even got an old windshield that I'm going to put around it as well. But also what I was impressed about it was that it also fits the old transient burner. I mean, you know, maybe I'm a bit slow on the uptake and everything else about a lot of this gear, but because normally what happens is that I use something intently, keep using it and using it, and then I'm a little bit blind to anything else that's out there really. But it actually fits on there as well, quite sweet, you know. And for 90 pence, I think it cost me more in postage. I think it was about £2 or something in the postage. It was only 90 pence for the actual product. So yeah, not bad at all. So I'm going to give it a go on the old on my little boot polish burner, see how it comes out. I'm sure it'll be okay. It's not absolutely 100% spot on when it sits on there, but it's enough, you know what I mean, to be able to put a, you know, to put, even if I take the mug out of my Pathfinder cup and set it on there, you know, it is what it is at the end of the day. It's only, you know, it's only for, you know, it's only as a sort of like an emergency rup kind of thing, I suppose. But then, even though it's an emergency one, I've been using it quite a bit of late, but obviously we're going to try it with a pot stand as well now. So as I say, 90p that was off of Geek. If you want me to put, if you're interested and you want me to put a link in the description, let me know, or I could just do it anyway. Yeah, stainless steel, you know, it's light, not light as a feather, but it's light enough, you know what I mean? So not bad. So I'll get a brew on, and you can see it, you know, if you want to, you know, if you're not bored by now, you can actually see it in action. All right, so I'll come back to you in a minute. There it is, folks. You know what I mean? That's just as simple as it is. I'll put on an old this windshield is actually off my old MSR whisper light. There's a Gazelle helicopter flying over there. Helicopter. And why is it every time I turn the fucking camera on, it starts, something flies over? So yeah, so there it is, folks. It's as simple as it is. 90p that cost me. And I suppose for you know, to use as an emergency bit of kit, who knows? But it even works with the Trangia as well. And that shit boiling away, so it ain't doing, you know, I mean, it ain't done bad really, considering it's it's just like one of them little little boot polish tin with a bit of that chimney, with that flue, the stove door draft pipe, and then the just that little 90p stove stand. So there it is, 90p. What do I get? A nice brew out of it. So whilst we're on the subject of kit, I suppose of late on my videos you will have seen me using certain pouches for keeping my stuff tidy. And so far I've brought out 3 with them, 3 items, and then the 4th one I'm actually sitting on, which is on one of the mats. And these are all made by davidfriars. This one is just has my brew kit in now. This one, which I actually love, this is just a nice little natty one that holds my burners in. So I've got my Trangia in now, my nice little boot polish one, and then my recent purchase was the pot stand that was 90p off of Geek, and they all fit in that, in this little pouch, just lovely. I mean, you can use them for whatever you like, but this is what I'm using them for. I've also got a ration pouch at home. This one is just like a pouch that's got a scarf in there, some birch bark, some gaffer tape, some sail needles, my good old trusty faithful charcloth tin, and some twine in there as well. But they're great pouches, they don't cost a lot of money. And then this one, as I say, it's got my brew kit in, and then all my cooking bits in there as well. They're waterproof, they zip up fine, and they all pack away quite nice. And then, as I say, I'm sitting on the ground mat, which you probably would have seen in previous videos anyhow. So yeah, so what I'll do is I'll put a link to all of Dave's contacts, and then you can actually go over there. He does send stuff abroad as well. He sends stuff to America, so if you know, if a friends over the pond would like to purchase anything, they can do so. They can go over there and get anything, and he'll post it out to you, as well as anywhere, probably worldwide, I reckon. So so there it is. There's a few of my pouches, if you're wondering where I got them from and all the rest of it. All right. Also, some people say about carrying 2 to 3 or 3 means of minimum of 3 means of fire lighting. I've only got 2 actually. One is the ferro rod, and then another one is a big lighter that I tend to carry me. One because I still like the occasional cigarette, and obviously the ferro rod for pretty much everything else. I'm quite competent in using all these items, I think. as well as other stuff as well. But yeah, that's my choice of carry today. Well, this is going to be my last video for a while. I'm going to be away for a little while now. I will be back, I hope, and I'll leave it for now. I think that's why I've been sort of banging out a few videos this week, just silly ones. Again, they've been packed with some information on them as well, just have a bit of a laugh and all that as well, but also there's little bits of snippets there on natural plant uses and stuff. Alright, so I'm just going to sit here, enjoy my brew, and then I'll be packing up and making a move, and I'll see you when I see you. Alright, so still keep the subs coming. Please leave your comments, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button as well. Any suggestions always appreciated, and that's about it for now, folks. So I'll catch up with you again on the flip side, when that'll be. Only time will tell, but I'll be back at some point. Alright, so take care, folks. Thank you for watching, and thanks for all your support. Take care.